Welcome to this week's vlog. Catherine, get the drinks ready. So we're just pulling into where City Furniture is now. Goodness, what an absolutely stunningly beautiful place this is. Jacob went spicy chicken tikka. I think his face is melting off. This is the life. We are going house searching again. We are going to look at some office locations. This is Dr. Phillips and this is very nice. Good morning everyone and welcome to this week's vlog. It is Saturday and I am just enjoying a spot of breakfast on our balcony. Can't lie, this is definitely the life. If you caught up with us last week, thank you very much for watching. And today we're going to the pool. We're going to have a pool morning. The kids are a bit done in after all of that house hunting and house looking around, that they want to go and have a bit of fun, which is perfectly understandable. So yes, that is what we are going to be doing. After that, Catherine, get the drinks ready. We are off to Salt Shack on the Lake this afternoon. Yes, we are going to meet our friends Darren and Charlotte at Salt Shack and have a nice spot of lunch. Good morning, Finster.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah.
The sun is very bright, isn't it? That's what we like. So yeah, we're going there in Claremont, and then on our way back from there we were thinking we might stop at a few furniture stores, because when we went there last year, we as we were driving along into Claremont, we noticed a few of the furniture retailers. So we're thinking on the way back, as it's on our way, we might stop off and have a little wander around some of those. So stick around and come and tour some furniture stores with us later today. That will be fun. It's Saturday and Easter weekend, so we've not heard anything more on the visa as yet, so no updates on that front. So we're just going to continue enjoying our vacation in Orlando and going and doing preparation things for the move. So we'll catch up with you in a bit. It took them a while to get the Disney ducks out the pool that decided to have a random morning swim. The pool is now open, and our plan is being designed by Finley, which is that everybody has to get wet in the pool by going down the slide. So we're not allowed to get in and get used to the water first. We're going for cold shock therapy.
Oh no, not shock therapy.
Alright, so Finn and me, we're going down the slide again. We're going to take you with us this time. Ready? Woohoo! After a lot of fun at the pool, we have been back to the room and we have got showered and changed, and now we're off for our lunch date, and we are going to meet our friends Darren and Charlotte at, where are we going, kids?
Salt Shack.
Yes, we're off to one of our favourite little places that we discovered last year, and I'm hoping it lives up to the hype that we've created around it, to be honest, because we enjoyed it that much. We've kind of made it a bit iconic with ourselves. So come along for the ride as we go from sort of the Buena Vista area to Claremont. And who'd have thought just 10 minutes outside of Disney, you just end up into a whole load of nothingness.
Beautiful. Yes.
Honestly, if you come here on holiday and you have a car, just get in the car and just go for a drive. Just go and explore and see what you can find, because there really is so much more to this area than just the theme parks. They have like little farmers markets on, or you know, craft events and things. It's just, yeah, just go and explore a little bit more. Interesting fact about Claremont is that it is one of the only places in Florida that has hills. It is known for its rolling hills. And I don't know whether if I flip the camera around in a minute you'll get a bit of perspective, because you can kind of see the undulations in the ground. There we go, look in the distance there, you can see the hills. If a basement is on your list of things that you want in a home, Claremont is also, I think, one of the only places where you can find homes with a basement. Now you can just tell how much research I've been doing into houses and locations, which is possibly a little bit sad really, isn't it? And look at him in the back, bless him.
Beth is like, no, you've been in the pool for like, is it because there's pools on?
They had such a fun time in the pool. I think it's still a bit of jet lag and stuff. They've been playing in the pool and the heat and stuff. So we're off the 50 now and heading down to the waterfront, down to Lake Minneola. You can see just down there. Here we go. Here's the lakeside. And they're all out in force on their jet skis and their speedboats. There is salt check on the lake. Have a cool seating area at the back. So we have finished and had a lovely meal at Salt Shack, but I never really filmed anything, so I do apologise. Obviously I gave you a little sneak peek of what where the place is on the lake and just how really pretty it is. But if you want to see the menu and the food, it is exactly the same as it was last August. So if you track back to Awfully Big Adventure channel and the August vlog, I'll put a link in the description and up in the little thing wherever it appears, so you can find that nice and easy. Then you can have a look at the menu and have a look at the food we got then. But yeah, we obviously haven't seen Darren and Charlotte since last August, so we just got so engrossed with hellos and chatting that it all just kind of went by the wayside. So yeah, we are off now on our way back in the direction of sort of Winter Garden, Horizon West, back towards where we were yesterday really, because we're going to City Furniture. Now this was a place that somebody recommended in one of the comments on our videos when we were talking about the fact that we were going to be having to look for furniture. They said it was a good place to go, so as there is one en route back to Saratoga Springs, we kind of figured we would stop by and just go and have a little wander around, because sometimes it's good to just be able to, you know, touch this stuff and see it as to whether it's what you're expecting. So that's where we're going now. So we're just pulling into where City Furniture is now. Let's go and have a little shufty around there. Quite literally, it keeps going down there as far as the eye can see, like right down there. Boys have apparently found a sofa though, like.
It's called a cinema sofa.
It's actually really nice.
Like,
Jen,
Oh. There is so much choice. I really don't even know where to start. I don't really know what I'd be looking for. I don't really know what colour palettes I want to go for. What kind of furniture. I'm very confused right now. And it also works very different in here. Like, you have a dedicated person that kind of follows you around. I think she kind of got the gist that that's not the way we roll, and so she's giving us a bit of space to look around ourselves. But it's very intense. I know, you're fed up already. Should we go and find the kids' stuff? So that was definitely an experience at City Furniture.
That is an experience we've never had before.
No.
Anywhere.
No.
Anywhere.
Because for feeling to start with a little bit followed around the store and a little bit pressurised, she actually, I mean, she didn't speak, she just followed us round. So that's the thing that was problem. She just let us walk around the store ourselves and explore, but she was kind of like, she just kept popping out from behind somewhere with a little tablet. And yeah, asking if we were okay and if we'd seen anything we liked. But then Mark mentioned to her about mattresses, and she's just spent nearly an hour with us looking at mattresses, and I think we've both concluded ultimately she's the most helpful salesperson we've ever encountered in a store, anywhere, ever.
Yeah, and the one thing I will say is it wasn't pushy sales.
No, it wasn't pushy
trying
sales.
to get us to buy stuff.
No.
It was just being very informative and very clued up about what it is we're asking. Well,
Yes.
you know,
I just think it's like we don't have anything like that. I mean, come on, we've all been into DFS and the sales guys pounce on you the second you walk through the door, and that is exactly what it was like in there. The second you walk through the door, a salesperson was on it, you know, straight over to you. I'm nabbing these are my customer. And so straight away you're like, oh, you know, I haven't even walked through the door yet or looked at the stuff in here, and all of a sudden I've got somebody like in my face.
cows.
And that's a me thing as well. So, you know, but I think you kind of just have to go with the flow a little bit. I didn't necessarily like all of the furniture in there. There was some that seemed quite nice. A lot of it was like veneered. But not like veneered with wood, like an engineered wood type situation. These were all almost like wood printed, like work surface basically. That's the best way I can describe it.
Kind of like a bit of an elaborate IKEA furniture.
Yeah. And so there's a little bit of that kind of I'm not overly keen on. But some of it was nice. The style of some of it was nice. I just wasn't 100% on the materials used, but in the same vein it was a lot cheaper than some of the other places we've looked at online, and we haven't been to any of them to actually see what the furniture actually is, if that makes any sense. So yeah, City Furniture is going to get a thumbs up from us so far for the help that we've had on the mattresses, for sure. So we're back in the room. We're all like pyjamas on, getting into bed situation, because chilling and like I may fall asleep. Tomorrow is
Easter Sunday.
It is, Jacob, Easter Sunday, and our plans for tomorrow involve just sticking around the resort. To be fair, they have a whole host of Easter activities going on. Stick around for the rest of this week's vlog and let's see what we get up to on Easter Sunday. So the first Easter activity today is the Easter egg trail. Looking forward to Easter next year when we're living here. So they had a massive Easter egg hunt thing in a couple of different areas. Oakland Park had one where they had those plastic eggs dropped from a helicopter and then the kids just went nuts going and picking them up. That was one in Oakland Park. And then there was an Easter egg hunt in Hamlin last Saturday as well, over in that area. And I know that we're doing one in the community for one of the communities that we went and looked around. So it's really nice that all these different places do these sort of real nice family-based events to bring everyone together. I mean, we don't do anything like that at home, not in the same way. So yeah, it was really fun. Quick shower and a change and we are in the car. Plans for Target, however, have been thwarted because it's not open today. Obviously they observe the fact that it is Easter Sunday and it's a holiday day, and so they are shut. But the place we want to go for dinner is back over in Hamlin. So I mean, so far this holiday, which is not a bad thing, we've pretty much spent our entire time in the Horizon West area, which is obviously where we are kind of like looking, and Winter Garden. In fact, we could always go to Winter Garden, but there is also a Walmart there, so we're going to go and see if that Walmart is open, only because we need a few bits and bobs. Come out in another holiday cold sore, which is something I always tend to do, so I need some stuff. Marky spotted something kind of big. Isn't that the one you get from Volcano Bay, or even in Typhoon Lagoon?
Get it from one of them. He was there in that bar at the back. That's got the piratey something.
Yeah. Finley wants to find candy because we are looking for Mr. Beast's stuff, aren't we? There we go. We've found them. So we're really out living like a local. We've just shopped in our local Walmart. We're going to go to a local curry house for dinner. Woo! We are going to go to Winter Garden and go and have a little wander through the downtown area while we wait for Naan Stopp to open. It does look quite a traditional type area. From the research I've done into Winter Garden, it is like very much a golf cart community, and the people that live in some of the neighbourhoods close by are able to drive around on golf carts. So that's an interesting fact. Over on that side of the road, that is the Heritage and Cultural Centre, and it actually used to be a railway station. It did. And they've got one of the old Chessie trains over there. There's a Mexican over there for Jacob at some point called the Whole Enchilada.
Get planning.
Get planning, yeah. Somewhere else we can put on the list of places to try. Wow, look at this with these little water fountains down here. Goodness, what an absolutely stunningly beautiful place this is. Here is the famous Plant Street Market with the Crooked Can Brewery. Whoa, look at those. The boys have got some chips and we're going to get a drink from Crooked Can. So we've just left the Crooked Can and then head to the place that Jacob's most excited to go to today.
Is Naan Stopp.
He's got a hankering for a curry, and so that's where we're going next. But I can't lie, after not really eating much since breakfast, that one little drink from the Crooked Can, and I'm already feeling a little bit blurry-eyed. You can tell I don't drink very much, can't you? For dinner, Naan Stopp at Naan Stopp. Had this place recommended to us by some of the people that have been following us on YouTube and on Instagram, and also our realtor suggested we try this place too. If you were in a getting to know Jacob situation, curry is the way to this boy's heart. Jacob went spicy chicken tikka. Finley went medium chicken tikka. Marky went spicy madras. I went tandoori chicken, and then we got keema naan and plain naan. Every meal comes with its own pot of rice. I think his face is melting off. So it was $140-ish with a tip, but you get a lot of food. You get rice, comes with everything, and honestly I've only eaten half of my chicken because you got a lot on the chicken tikka tandoori, and we reckon the kids could have shared one. I definitely think you can kind of make 3 meals go between 4 people. We also ordered effectively 3 naans and we didn't need that, so you could definitely reduce the bill, I think, by probably a good $30 to $35 by just reducing the amount of food that we ordered.
If you can't handle spicy, don't order spicy, because it is it's Madras hot. So spicy is Madras hot, which is fine for me. Jacob tried it. He looked like he was about to pass out. You also had spicy.
Yes.
You look like you almost passed out.
Yes, it was very spicy.
So unless you're used to like a kick, I know something spicy because it gives me the hiccups.
Yeah.
I had the hiccups, so it was that spicy.
Finley was the only sensible one that had medium. So what I would say is, you will get what you know to be a proper Indian curry from there. And then the other really good thing is, it's on Uber Eats. And you can get it delivered to Saratoga Springs.
That's not a good thing.
Yes!
That's not a good thing, that's a dangerous thing.
If you really fancy one, you can get it delivered. It's good morning from us and a very happy Monday. This is probably one of the nicest Mondays I've had in a long time, I can't lie. Especially when you're waking up to the sunshine.
I was going to say, every Monday's good for you. You're waking up next to me.
Of course, my darling. But we are in the car and we are on our way to Kennedy Space Centre today. And we are on our way to the Atlantic coast. I can just about see the NASA building in the distance. Down to Cocoa Beach. Take your hair.
It's me crazy then.
This is the life. This is the life. It is. We're going round trying key lime pie. View on the key lime pie, Marky.
It's horrible, you won't like it.
I won't like it. Yeah, you won't. What do you think of the key lime pie, Finley?
No, 9.
9, amazing. One person ate the most of that key lime pie and it wasn't me and Marky. It was you, it was you.
I had 3. That was it.
3 giant spoons. I find it interesting that, like, as far as the 2 coastlines go, the Gulf Coast is definitely my favourite for a day at the beach.
Clearwater side.
Yeah.
Has it got something to do with the fact that it's crystal clear blue waters and it's warm water?
Yeah, I don't. There's just something about this side that just isn't as appealing to come. Like, I'd want to stay. I'd happily stay at Clearwater for a few days and just have a nice little break there. I always think when we've been down here that I have no desire to stay here and have a few day break here.
I don't think it's as appealing this side. I think it's nice to come over and come and visit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this
like drive to for a day because it's like only an hour. It's literally like an hour.
Yeah. I don't think it doesn't appeal to me to come over here and stay here.
No. I mean, there may be some nicer bits, but yeah, that bit that was kind of like by the pier. I mean, it's not unpleasant, it just doesn't appeal as much as the idea of staying for a couple of days at Clearwater on St Pete's or Anna Marie Island or something. So yeah, interesting. Horses for courses and all that, everybody's got a different feel. Pizzas are in. And that's what I mean by you getting half a pizza with the side salad. And so ends Monday. Ready for tomorrow, which is going to be more of a living like a local day. And I say that because tomorrow the boys want to go to Urban Air, which is the indoor trampoline park. Good afternoon and happy Tuesday. Where are we going, kids?
Urban Air Park, trampoline park / go-karting / high road / something arcade.
and they are really excited about it despite the looks on their faces. They are. They've done nothing but nag for the entire time that Mark's been working. Are you ready yet? Can we go yet? So come along and see this like indoor activities centre for kids and grown-ups. I think we'll find that bit out. But it is local to where we are focusing our home search. So this will be a local venue for us when we move here. So something to bring the kids to do, you know, when we're here on a weekend, in an afternoon. Gosh, these kids are driving me nuts. What are you two doing? Insane in the background.
Is that a new song?
Insane in the background. Insane in the brain.
Insane in the background.
So we're back in Hamlin. We've made it already. This is like the downtown area here, which is just lovely. Look, we've got a Ford garage. There's a new Mexican there coming. You've got
Tijuana.
yeah. There is Miller's. There's a Publix. A Walmart. There's definitely
McDonald's.
There'll be the McDonald's as well. The kids are very excited about that. Starbucks. And here we are then at Urban Air.
Woo!
We've had a fun
5 hours.
4 hours and 20 minutes in there. So we've decided to come to Longhorns for dinner. So it is going to be a steak Tuesday, which technically doesn't go with our plan. But we're not bothered. Everybody wants steak. Good morning and happy Wednesday. We are on our way to Discovery Cove. But while we are on our way, we've got some exciting news. Marky?
Oh, we've had an MVC update, haven't we?
We did this morning.
Yeah, so I always thought they actually tell you that document qualified. This never said like specifically, but what it has said, so we've had a letter this morning, so we've had an email with a letter attached to it this morning saying that the MVC have now received all fees, all documentation, all paperwork, and they are now working with the London Embassy to schedule an interview date, which would suggest that we're DQ'd as far as they're concerned.
Woo!
Wouldn't bother doing that otherwise, would they? So now we've just got to wait for a date from them.
Yes.
I'm going to hazard a guess it's now going to be the June time.
But it's definitely
later.
not going to be May.
I don't think it'll be May, unless they've got multiple dates in May we just don't know about.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more likely to be June, which is
I'm
kind of
still
what we
thinking
expected.
it could be July, but there we go.
Well, it's going to be at least
It's going to
June.
be one of them.
It's going to be at least June.
Anyways, so yes, exciting update from us this morning. We believe the DQ bit to be complete. So now it's the wait for the interview date. But in the meantime, come with us and enjoy a day at Discovery Cove. Thursday.
You had to think about
I
it.
had to think about what day of the week it was then. Yes, we are in the car and we are on our way to meet Jess again, and we are going house searching again. We're going to try some different areas this time, or different communities anyway, and we're going to go and have a look around some more houses. Anyway, we are on our way to our first house. We have seen so many different communities, we've seen so many different houses, floor plans, so much that we hope is going to be really helpful with trying to figure out our next move. We have had a great time looking around everything. The kids have been bored stupid and are sick to death of looking at houses now.
How disrespectful. I would leave if I could.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Attitude and hated looking at houses. But if we pick him a little broom cupboard of a bedroom and shove him in the pantry, that is going to be the reason why. Talk about disrespectful, Finley. We have now come to get some lunch. And we've come to one of our favourite places. Bahama Breeze.
Free food.
Which is free food for you because you don't have to pay. We might make you pay. Maybe it's your turn.
But it's going to be like 300,000 quid.
So yeah, we're going to come and get some lunch at Bahama Breeze while we just basically talk houses, pretty much, and figure out all the things we've got to think about. No, the pineapple chicken bowl is gone. They've obviously had a new menu and it's not there anymore. I'm gonna have to try something new. Ah. So we asked the server, it's all good, the pineapple bowl is still here. It's just on the dinner menu, not the lunch menu, but you can get it.
If we'd have looked at the little computer on there, what she says.
Oh, there you go. We don't look at the little computer because it costs money.
Did a man look?
Well, no, you touch that thing and it charges you, so I don't go anywhere near it.
You think it's already charged, as Finn's been playing
Yeah,
games,
we're going to get charged for the little games, I know we are. There's Finn's cool ultimate virgin pineapple. Is it good? Yes. Marky went for the red amber.
No, Aruba red.
Oh, Aruba red, sorry.
Yeah, it's an amber lager.
It's an amber lager, yeah, I'll get there in the end. And then I got a rum runner. I had lots of practice, don't worry. Whoa.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Proper like frazzling the side of like the cake and stuff.
Caramelising it. So yes, Marky went for his beloved key lime pie. Finley also, after sampling key lime pie at Cocoa Beach Pier the other day, is on for some key lime pie too. We're here again at Disney Springs. We're going for a take 3 attempt at getting in the Lego shop. Oh wow, Jacob is in his element. All we need to do is find the Star Wars, Jacob. Looking for anything in particular?
I don't remember what it was.
So we are done in Disney Springs for this evening. We're going to have a slow stroll back to the room, where Mark and I are going to sit ourselves on the balcony, look through all the videos and the photos and all the paperwork that we obtained today and talk house.
And that's with me building Lego.
Yeah, Jacob's building Lego, Finley's going to go on his tablet. So that is what we're going to do with our evening. It is Thursday today. So we will see you tomorrow for Friday, the last day of this week. So we'll see you in the morning. Good night. I got you, boo. Hello and happy Friday. We are back and it is, Friday in this week. So it is the last day of this week's vlog. In a kind of prep for moving situation, we are going to look at some office locations. For Mark, basically.
Well, not just for me. For a few of us. Potentially.
Yeah, potentially. So yeah, we're going to have a little look at some office space. So we'll take you along and you can see what's kind of on offer. Other than looking at offices, we're off to SeaWorld for the day.
Yeah,
So
my
we'll
mum's.
take you along for a little bit of that because you may be interested. But also we've got to fill out the day, really. Everything can't be a house focus. And basically these are the things that we're going to kind of be doing when we live here. So interspersed with normal life will be little stops off at parks and doing activities and things to keep these two entertained. So yeah, it is SeaWorld today. When we went the other day, we didn't see any of the shows. There were some displays that we didn't see, and we never got to ride Penguin Trek. So those are on our list for today, along with using where's it gone? The rest of our food sampler, because obviously food is life and dessert is living. So
And you can buy beer on it. So
No, you're not. You're gonna be drunk.
guess who's driving back today?
Mummy.
I do need to try. We've said this every day, haven't we? You've heard me say this every day, and I've still not done it. So maybe today is the day.
And we're now on day 9.
I think Mummy might be driving for the rest of the holiday. Yeah, that is what we are doing this afternoon. So even if you don't want to see stuff around parks, everybody likes to see food content. But first up, on our way to the office, we normally play a car game to entertain these two in the back.
Like Finley.
Finley has just come up with a new game for this holiday, which is what, Finley?
Guess the animal sound.
Guess the animal sound. Who's going first?
Finley.
I've got to go. No, you're going first. This was your game. Come on, give us an animal
How about
sound.
Daddy? Daddy.
Okay, I'll do one.
Whale.
Exactly. There you go. You see, I got one. Right, your turn now because you guessed it. Have you not watched
Wales,
Finding
Wales.
Dory? You need to watch Finding Dory.
have watched
You need
Finding
to
Dory.
go back to the Disney lore and figure it out for yourself because
I have watched.
you are disappointment. Disappointment to the family.
I think you'll find that sounds a disappointment. No, not the. I know the Disney whale sound.
Finny's turn.
Okay.
What was that? Do it again.
I'm going to hazard a guess.
Was that meant to be a goat?
That was
By
a
any
loose
chance?
take on a goat or a sheep.
Were we? Were we right? Or were we wrong?
Sheep.
It was a sheep. I said goat, Daddy said sheep. So Daddy's turn has been as he got that one right.
Oh, hell no.
So right then, Daddy. Ah! What on earth was that?
Anyone know, I guess?
I don't know. Is it me?
It is you, Phineas.
It could be you, yes, you are an animal.
Any ideas, Jacob?
It's
Oh.
I have no idea what would make that blood curdling sound.
That is a 2 o'clock in the morning fox at the end of your driveway, that's what that is. Yes.
Shit. It's a pumpkin.
This is Dr. Phillips, and this is very nice. It's very swish here. So this is potentially stop 1. It's a nice little lake view from the offices here. As much as I wanted to go in there and record to show you a little bit of what office space looks like here and the facilities, 2 boys that refuse to leave the car. They are a bit done with looking at houses, they are a bit done at looking at offices, they're a bit done at looking at anything related to moving here. He's going to ask them and see if we can go to look at the location in Windermere, because this one here in Dr. Phillips is probably a bit too far for commuting every day.
How
So we'll
close?
find out in a minute if that's where we're headed.
It's a very nice lady called Carolyn. Showed me around a couple of the offices. She said that they have some availability here and they have some availability at the Windermere office, but they don't have anything at Winter Garden because it's not very big.
Okay.
So Winter Garden is not an option at the moment. So that does change because it's it's Regis. It can change quite frequently. She complimented you on your research for area to live,
Okay.
because they have definitely got some of the best schools in the area, making the right decision from that perspective. I was like, she always makes the right decision, she married me. No. She can't go wrong really, can she? She sent me the address for the Windermere facility, which is slightly different but equally as nice. This particular office was like a law office.
You said it looked like suits, walking into suits.
Yeah, kind of. I was just waiting for
Harvey Specter
to walk out and give me a grin, or Donna to come out and pick on me at some point. You know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Walked around a few offices in there. They look great, really well maintained, but probably not quite big enough, I don't think.
Yeah.
For 3 or 4 of us anyway.
Anyway, then we're on our way to the Windermere office, which I'm interested to come and have a look at, because you was telling me that she said this one is a lot more modern, a bit industrially, and she thinks it's going to be right up his street. So let's go take a look. So this Windermere location is in here somewhere.
That's where it comes out.
Chipotle.
Now, if I remember rightly, it's actually in here somewhere.
There you go, that was a little look around a Regis office in Windermere. However, what I would say is the large one that had got like the 4-person desks in there, just to give you an idea on price, that was $5,000 a month for that office. And that doesn't include the $42 a month to include coffee and drinks. But that is a considerable amount of money, so maybe look more at like solely occupying space and see how much that costs. So yeah, obviously all part and parcel of the moving and potentially looking at setting up an office of his own for business, just to give you an idea on scale and cost if anybody's considering needing to do the same thing. And so we're now gonna head for some fun at SeaWorld. So we've got gyros or gyro. Good. How are you finding the meat with the pita, kids? Yeah? Do you like that? Yeah? Next up then, we're going back to the Indian market. These then are the samosas. Trying hummus for the first time.
The hummus doesn't go with it.
No. So these are the offerings from the Gulf Coast, which were the Cajun boudin balls and the banana Foster's beignets.
I can't lie, those beignets look and smell amazing.
Taco, al
cheese, by the looks of it.
I think it was pastor, yeah, from Mexico. Right, let's give it all a whirl then. We've just had a last ride of fun on Icebreaker. We are going to make our way back to the car now and head to take Jacob to get his Chick-fil-A, because that's what we promised him. Made it to Chick-fil-A. And I drove here for the first time ever. First ever time driving in America. And I drove us here safely. And I got it in the parking space. It's a miracle. Look, not only am I in the parking space, but I'm relatively straight as well. Acceptable experience, Jacob. Yeah. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Back in the room, and the boys are getting teamwork to get the bed down. And so that is the end of this week's vlog. It is Friday. We've had a big, long, full day at SeaWorld. So, thank you very much for following along this week.
Thank you.
We will be still here for half of next week. So you can still see a little bit more of being in Florida.
And spoiler alert, we're going to the new Helios in Epic Universe on Monday.
We are. So yeah, stick around if you want to see what it's like at Epic. Hopefully, fingers crossed we can get those tickets, but at least at the Helios. Stick around, and on that note, if you haven't subscribed, what you got to do, Finn?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, comment down below, and hit the notification bell.
Exactly, because we've got obviously the rest of next week, and you're going to want to see what's going on. So we will see you on next week's vlog.
Bye.
Bye for now.